Huh. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Well, hello. You may not know me. Or you do. Well, if you don't know me, then let me introduce myself to you. My name? Well, I have a lot of names. A lot of names. But you can call me Rapid. Maybe now you know who I am. Or maybe you don't. If that's the case, well, I would like to give you a little story of myself. I mean, there's not much. Except Bucky. He's somehow made a difference with the other version, but just why? And what the fuck is this up there? What has he done here? This is more weirder than the other room that he made for this body. Oh, by the way, if you also probably recognize this body. Well, I took control over her. And, well, I'm having a little fun. Just watching and watching and watching this sad, pathetic excuse of a human. I mean, he is the godfather after all. But now, he's just lesser than that. Maybe even lesser than a human. Huh? I don't know. It could be. But everybody who's watching this, well, you are just wonderful. Wonderful little bodies. Bodies to control. Bodies to become me. But as all villain stories goes, there's always a backstory, right? So, let me tell you how me, Rapid, came into this body. So let us begin. Well, it is weird. Because it's either a long time ago or in the future. It is really weird, depending on, well, the time difference between my original dimension and this dimension. But anyway, I was my original dimension something. I can't quite remember what I was. I mean, it all happened that long ago for me. And not just a few years. Oh no. Oh, no. Just add a few zeros on there. Just a few 20. Or maybe less. Or more. Who knows? I stopped counting after the 20th possession. But yeah. There was something in my dimension. Something happened in my dimension, which led me to nearly destroy all of humanity. Like 70 to 8%. Of course, it was not me alone. I mean, I was the puppeteer, and my puppets were doing it. Were doing all the slaughtering, Actually, I think it was just slaughtering. I hope. I don't know what my robots did back then, but it did stuff to most or the majority of humanity. Until one day, she came. She was just storming into my castle, demanding the reasoning. And after a quick, interesting fight, you could say. And interesting, I mean. It involved magic and intelligence. But sadly, I was overpowered. She sealed me away into the mask that haunted me for so long. And I despise this mask. Since then. But lucky me, I did foiled her plan. Because her original idea was just to not only see me into this mask. Oh no. But also to just one dimension. Well, lucky me, I was also very smart and powerful in magic. And so, I just foiled her. I tricked her. And instead of just one, it was all. Every dimension. Everything you can imagine. I was there. Or I will be there. Or I am there. And so, in every dimension, there was at least one rabbit. And then, well, time flew. Many centuries. Millennials. Oh, that time flew. And I grew more and more angry on this mask body. On all the people who thought I was just a nice decoration on the wall or on their face. Well, sadly, when they were me, well, they became me. I was them. I was fully in control of them. But I could never look into the mirror, see what the mask was like, because all I see was their face and the eyes, those beautiful red eyes. And so, after a long journey of switching between bodies, dimensions, I finally came into the hands of a restaurant owner. He was very sad because his pride and joy was failing to disaster chain called Casper Entertainment. Or was it something else? I don't know anymore. I mean, robotics were nice, were always helpful. But to use them as entertainment, they would fail. Except for the rival company. For somehow those worked. Anyway, after a few years of just me having me around in his office, I slowly got the plan. And then I asked him if he wanted to wear me. And, well, he obliged. And you know what happens if they wear me? Well, I not only take over the body, just also switch dimensions. And so, we landed in a dimension where his franchise, his pride and joy, was successful, was the actual Fazbear Entertainment. Or Macebear Entertainment. Anyway, he applied, of course, through me, and he was there as the phone guy of helping the new employees to, well, adjust to the new place. And then I just thought, how about doing something else? That is where my plan started. A plan of many tries, of many test subjects, and so many children. Those children. How young they looked, how innocent they looked, and how wonderful their screams were when they wore the masks. Because you see, I wanted to create my mask, to replicate it. But, unfortunate, because I never saw how my mask looked, I had to improvise. There was the children. First there were only 5. No, sorry. There were first only 4. A girl, a boy, another girl, and another boy. Each of them were sadly failed experiments. And of course, I didn't dare to have them near my place, or well, his place. And so I decided to just stuff them. And surprise, surprise, surprise! Reports came in about wandering animatronics, about unknown screams in the night, and security guards vanishing. Even though I didn't know how they vanished, but anyway, it was a delight. And so, that first location sadly had to close down, but there was always the sister location. And so, I went there, applied to be the phone guy, because no one knew that I was the reason that everything was happening. And so, I did it again, but not with just 4 Oh no, with many, many more. And it was still failed experiments. All those screams, all that misery from those children, all were just such a delight. And then it had to close down again. And then I just waited until they opened again. And this time, it was a horror attraction. Kinda interesting though. And horror attraction, you say? Let's see what they offer. And oh, what is this? A golden rabbit suit? Oh no, wait. It wasn't a golden rabbit suit. It was a golden suit, yes, but of a girl. But also, a lot screaming. Not artificial screaming that you hear from some speakers. Oh no, familiar screams. And when I entered it, oh, I was enveloped by those wonderful spirits. Oh, hello. Welcome to my little story time. My name is Rapid. And I was just talking about how I came to this dimension. So, sit back, maybe eat something, and then just wait. Just wait. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, the horror attraction. It was such a good place. Such a wonderful place. Until an accident happened. Because for some reason, somebody broke into the attraction. And out of fear from all those spirits, they climbed into that suit of a girl, which turned out to be full of spring locks. And it was interesting to hear a male scream by being squished into spring locks. I mean, not only that, but also something robotic was heard during that night. And then some new reports came about the animatronic or the suit. I don't know. To live, to be alive, to walk, to speak in a robotic voice. And to be very aggressive at night. And it was interesting. But sadly, all of that was not of use for me. So I did the smart thing and just burned it down. Because even if one suspect got into the thing, it would still linger and it would haunt me. And then I was just bored at the place where I lived and built some new animatronics. Some nightmarish animatronics. And I let them loose. Just a floor up on top of me. And was interesting. Just this little kid put up a good fight. A too good fight. But then, after 5 nights, it ended like it began. And I thought I waited. I just waited. Did some more investigation. Did some more researching. And 40 years at a time. Until I noticed that a group was forming. A group that tried to investigate me to figure out why that hell was happening. And all was seeming good. Until this kid came back. Or should I say now, the man came back. He put up a good fight again. And then I stood there, face to face. And what did he do? The person I was possessing, controlling those years. They just took off the mask. And you know what that means? Well, what would happen if an unknown object from a different dimension comes into this dimension with no ties to the original dimension? Well, it simply vanishes, turned into dust. And it would happen with him. And so, I was alone again, just a mask, put into a glass vitrine. Just a display of the reason why all those murders were happening. And it made me so sad. So sad. Until someone came by. Someone was interesting into all the beautiful stuff that was displayed in this museum. And they were very interested. But not in oh, this thing looks beautiful. Oh no. It was a value. A financial value. And so they took everything that was of value. Especially me. And so they took me. And I convinced this little thief to wear me. I promised him that if he wear me, I will give him all the treasures he wants, all the money, all the girls, everything he wanted. I mean, I technically gave him that, but not in his original dimension. And so, we arrived at the factory. A factory that had an interesting tie to something, because it was the factory of the company of the restaurant owner, the one that was possessing for many years for my research. And so I thought, how about continuing it? And so I did. One little girl, one little boy, a beautiful young girl And then the bread. Oh, the bread. This little bread. I thought I tricked her like everybody else in promising them candy if they just do me a little favor. And for that favor, they just have to put on a mask. But sadly, this little girl wasn't interested into my mask that I provided her. Oh no. She was interested in me. And so, she just ripped me off. She ripped me off the face. And so this thief, well, turned into dust. To dust that never goes back to his original dimension. And so, this little brat was just wandering in my lap, just wandering and looking to all those wonderful robots. And then the first one that I built in that dimension, it was looking at it. And then one little thing that I gave this robot was a hook. At first I thought it was a good idea. Well, it kinda was. Because I was sadly hooked into it. Because this little brat just a second before the hook retracted into the robot's body again. This brat put me on. And I set a little face safe of my robot. Or better, to all my robots. I had a little spell prepared. A spell that made me, or well, let's say transformed me into a program. Into just a small bits and pieces of code. Something like an AI. And that is when it started. I spread myself. I changed myself to be invincible, to never be deleted on any system and then gets infected. And I control all of them again. All the robots are under my control. Not by just talking to them. Oh no. I was their programming now. And so, I fused together with all of those four. And surprise! That was it. That was the mask. The mask that was me. The mask that was the reason why I was sealed. For oh, so long. And I'm in a factory that can mass produce those masks. And so I had a little fun now that I had a full body without any human bits and pieces. I mean, technically. Because sadly, another fail-safe that I implemented was that no robot could escape the lab. And so I waited. I sent out an application as a technician. And one bit. And he bit good. I just toyed with him a little bit. Until his last day. I just, well, Did you ever know how to make ice cream? How to scoop ice cream? And so I then just slipped into its skin, his skin, her skin. I don't know exactly anymore. And then I started my little fun plan. World domination. That was so wonderful. First, it was just one, and it was a success. Then there were two, then there were four, then there was a band. A band who made merchandise. And a factory that can produce that merchandise. It was just a matter of months, but it was a good time. More and more were me, turned into me, were controlled by me. Only a little group was left, and I decided that I toy with their leader too. And there had a little spy in there, a sadly blind one, who told me that my puppets, they were called the Red-Eyed. Could you imagine? Just such a pathetic name for those wonderful experiments. And so, I fought with the leader. Well, I took the last preparations. Finally and manually leave a dimension. And it was a success. I sadly don't know what happened after I went to this other dimension, but my story's not over yet. Because as every villain, you need henchmen. And so I arrived in a dimension full of ink, of cartoonish looking places, and a demon out of ink, created by a machine, creates that ink. And so I thought, how about just dropping this one mask that I had for me, always on there, as a little signature of mine. Just drop it into this ink and see what happens. Well, not long after, somebody came. I looked who this, and it turned out it was the creator of this demon. Not the real creator, but he created the character that became the demon. And so, I let the demon, who was infused with me, just do his little thing until the very end, where this artist, well, he thought he was getting rid of the demon. No, he found me, and with you, I got a new bottle. Of course, I didn't get rid of the demon, because, well, he was a good one, and so he promised me to always be on my side. Only if I have this one splatter of ink on me all the time. And I still have. Still do. And of course, whenever I need him, little Bendy comes to me. But anyway, I entered a new dimension. And it was an interesting one. Because it was not just a normal Earth, oh no. It was actually a game. A quite interesting game. 5 characters, but only one sentient one. They noticed me, and so they wanted to fight. Well, they did fight, and they lost, and I infiltrated them. And finally, I just thought of, how about just taking over this new body? Lo and behold, I got this wonderful new body. Brown hair, a nice looking figure. But the eyes were always the same. Red. Like you know that this person was evil. And so, with the help of the other girls, I traveled again. Of course, those other girls, those were also my new henchmen. A new addition to Bendy. And well, in this new dimension that I landed, well, I've met him. The God's heart. The most powerful being in that whole universe. And so I decided to just ditch and just go to another dimension. Yeah. However, this is where my backstory ended. Or well ends, because the creator of this world locked me away into this room. This godforsaken room. I've waited for so long until this body arrived, and the message of me to me, basically. It's funny to know that another me who stayed into that in that dimension decided to help me, and so I'm now here. I am possessing this body called Veronica, and I am looking at oh, this that pathetic excuse of a god's heart, or rather human. Well, Roman. Well, Roman. You will never find me. You will never get to me. And I will always watch you. I will always be watching you. And then I wait. I will be waiting on the day that you slip. On the day where you slip. And I can control you. It would be nice to finally be in the body that doesn't have how do you call those again? It's been millions of years. Right? Oh, breasts. Oh, titties. Yeah. I finally won the body that doesn't have those titties. Or a I think it's better not to say that word. Just to be safe. And hopefully it will be soon, or else he will destroy it himself. My new body. My new wonderful body. He could destroy it. Corrupt it. I hope he doesn't do anything risky. But that is my only concern for him. His daily crying, his daily listening to this playlist of his. I'm fine on the outside. I hope that one day, I get my revenge to finally destroy all dimensions. And I don't care less about this thing, about the owner of this channel, about the owner of those up there, or that down there, or whatever. I would like to give him some feedback on them. Sadly, if I do that, then he will notice me, so yeah. And I think it's good to end this little transition, because he probably ended his little recording of his little update video. That just well, it's just such a pathetic thing to hear. So, yeah. I don't know if we see each other again, but I hope it will be soon. Wrap it out. Okay, how to end this transition? Factory built this just for the how to oh, I found it. So again, I don't know if we ever see each other again, but if you do, well, be a bit more entertaining, okay? Wrap it out.